Hello friends, it's Chromatic Sauce and welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be watching the final installment, I know, highly awaited video of the butterflies of my potion bottle tattoo. But yeah, so this video only features tattooing butterflies. Unfortunately, like I said, I don't have up close, my nose is itchy. Unfortunately, I don't have the up close video of the butterfly lines, but I have that from far away, so we kind of got that layered. This is like a both footage are real time, just the butterfly, so I think that's pretty cool, and I feel like white highlights are always pretty satisfying. So let's get into the video. Oh yeah, before I really talk about it, here you can see the final shading done. Definitely comment down below, let me know what you think about this video, the tattoo. Definitely constructive criticism only, no being rude to my clients. I don't know what rude you could say because it's gorgeous. But yeah, I welcome constructive criticism, but don't be mean. Anyway, don't forget to like, comment, share this video. Even if you just press share and copy link, you don't have to actually share it, but you can help my engagement. But yeah, I appreciate anything. I appreciate you watching this video, and let's start watching. You see here, usually I try to help my clients out. Sometimes I forget. I try to start in the most sore area first. So if you saw my last video, I sort of explained that I finished the shading on the butterfly in the ditch, like right as I did the lines. I didn't want to just hang out in her ditch. You know, that's a pretty sore area. Like it feels like stabbing. Oh, what did that look like? I don't know. But yeah, so if I can get something over with, something that's a little bit more painful, I'd rather get that over with. Especially like this, we probably had a little bactine break. It was sitting with a little bit of lidocaine on it. So at this point, if it's a little bit numbed up, that's when I want to do the more painful spots. So I try to hop in there first. I finished the shading on this one first. It's been sitting for a while. It's already a little bit swollen. I don't know. If you see her point her elbow a little bit, she's probably pointing at a little bit of swelling. I think I remember that. It's been a second since I put these clips together. But yeah, so I'm just doing the white highlights. I feel like white highlights are so satisfying because it takes the tattoo from like, wow, that's cool, to like, wow, that's so cool. For the butterflies, anytime I do a monarch, I always try to go a little bit bigger with the white dots. You know, we don't want giant white blobs. I don't know. I could probably go a little bit bigger. But the way I did the black wasn't like super solid, like digging in the skin. So I try to be a little bit stingy with that. And then I'm always trying to be pretty liberal whenever I put the white in the skin. So anytime I'm doing a white for like the dots of a monarch, I always want to make sure it's fully solid. It's not just like meh, 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 and then you see like 6 little needle dots, or I don't even know. This is probably like a 5 or a 7 round shader or something. I don't know how big this one was. But basically, I always, anytime I do any dots in the skin, I'm always going in a little circle. I want to make sure, especially for something like this, I want the white to sort of hold the space of the black. You know, over time as it blurs, if there's white pigment there, that'll keep this tattoo looking fresher and brighter for longer. It works, trust me. And if you're a tattoo artist and you have different suggestions or techniques, definitely comment down below. I'm down to learn. We're always all learning and growing. I've only been tattooing 3 years, so I can only go from my own experience and from what I've heard from others. So definitely let me know if any of you have tips. But I always try to make sure the white is fully filling that skin break, especially for something like that. Something like the dots of a monarch where it's black all the way around. I want to make sure it's filled with white. I want to make sure the whole thing is going to stay bright and that there's a lot of that white pigment in the skin. I feel like it helps keep it bright for longer. Some people's skin tone sort of, you know, well, anyone's skin tone will heal over white. Everyone's tattoos are like through the filter of their own skin tone, if that makes sense. Like even me, who's like super pale, I have a little bit more of a yellow sort of thing going on. So anytime I get blues or whatever, like the teals go teal. The teals are teal, especially when it's freshly healed. I get a little hyperpigmentation sometimes. It'll be like green, like sometimes. So everyone's skin is a filter over their tattoo. So some people, when they get white ink, their skin sort of just, it doesn't like eat it, like consume it and like disposes. It like covers it. So like whenever it heals, especially after it has a couple years to settle, the white's sort of gonna settle down and not be so in your face. So it won't be forever, but it does keep that brightness, I find, at least in my own tattoos. I feel like I always tell clients to expect it to heal like a shade lighter than your skin tone, like if you can see it at all. But even if it heals and you can't see it, the fact that those pigments are in the skin at all, even if you can't see it through your skin tone or however your skin healed the tattoo, those pigments are still gonna sort of leave a little bit of a scar, leave a little bit of a border for the black. That's what my mentor told me. So you can blame him if you disagree, take it up with him. Now, like I said, constructive criticism if you have tips or any ideas of how you do it. But yeah, I like to fill in, if it's within darkness, I like to fill it in. And if you creep over to the other video, the little video, I don't even know how much of that I'm going to show because you can't really see anything there. But yeah, the other video, I'm just doing the black. I'm just I outline the whole butterfly, and then I just fill it in, like the machine's a little bit low, just stipple shade it like till it's solid black, not too heavy. And then the butterflies, I mean, all these butterflies, I did all the same thing. Circle, little circles, filling it in, wiping it. Anything that looks a little patchy, try to touch it again. I try not to go too much, like not too many circles, not too much over the same spot. You definitely don't want to overwork it so where the white ink scabs and falls off. Technically, like a scab could cause a little bit of a scar. That could still sort of achieve the same purpose as long as the client doesn't have hyperpigmentation. It'll heal a little bit lighter than the rest of the skin, but at least for me, I kind of scar really pale. But that's not the goal. You don't really, it's not ideally, you don't want the client to have a scar or a little bit of darkness for a little bit of while. A little bit of darkness for a little bit of while. You don't want to overwork it to the point where it scabs. You know, sometimes scabs happen. Things happen during tattooing and like healing of the tattoo. Anything could happen, but you definitely don't want to, like, you want to be conscious to not overwork the skin. Put the attempt there. And then I tried to go pretty stingy with the white. I don't think I ended up putting white in the ribbon at all. I felt like the skin was good enough, especially because, well, the butterflies aren't shiny because they're butterflies, but anytime I do black with a little dot, I'm always filling that with white. I'm hardly ever leaving it open. So like the highlight of eye, like I'm going to fill that in. So that isn't shiny, but it's a highlight. It's got to stay bright. It's got to stay light. So I fill that. But then for the potion bottle, that's the only thing that's really shiny. The ribbon might be shiny, but I would guess that the glass of a potion bottle or like the metal of a potion bottle would be shinier. So I was like, I feel like the effect of the black shading in the ribbon is good enough for that highlight, especially because it's not like we're going to fill it in solid with white. We just want a little bit of a highlight. So usually how I do white highlights, especially for this style, I'll just do like a line of white. So I felt like it would have just been wasted on the ribbon. I feel like the ribbon didn't really need it. It didn't need that extra pop of white highlight. So I just let that be a little bit more in the background. It is in the background compared to the potion bottle and the butterflies. So I was like, no white for the ribbon. Let's just do the white on the shiny parts of the potion bottle. And like I said, I don't really like to fill it in. So you probably saw a little bit earlier in the video, and you can see of what you can see in the potion bottle now. I just did lines. Like I said, I usually like to do lines. I wasn't going to fill that like really big oval with solid white. You know, if you want a black and gray stipple shaded tattoo, you probably don't want that heavy of a section of color. So I definitely avoid doing such a large amount of white on someone's skin. if they want black and gray, like where you can see your skin through it, that's a fully different look than like a solid white or like a solid gray, you know, instead of a gray wash. It's fully a different look. Even the saturated gray wash, like you can tell the difference if there's a little bit of white in there. I've been talking too much. Excuse me. Sorry. Disgusting. But yeah, so all those highlights, the little highlights in the potion, in the highlights of the bottle, I just went for just a line. I chose a side, I stuck to it. I didn't feel the need. I feel like the shading around those highlights is good enough that even if I put no white in this tattoo, besides the butterflies, I would be unhappy if she didn't want the white in the butterflies, but most of the tattoo is perfectly fine. Even the butterflies, it's perfectly fine without the white. It doesn't really need the white. Like I said, I prefer the white for things like the butterflies, so in my eyes, it needs it. But the tattoo was like solid and good enough without the white. It doesn't rely on the white. That's usually what I go for. I want it to be a solid tattoo. I even want it to be a solid tattoo when it's just the black shading, like to a certain degree, you know? And then don't even rely on the gray washes as much as like some people like use too much gray wash and it washes out the whole thing. But, oh, I got sidetracked. Too much gray wash. What the heck was I even talking about? I don't know. But so I get the edges, all those highlighted edges like within the potion bottle, like on the potion, on the little highlights. I feel like that's good enough just to give the idea of it's a little bit more of a highlight. The tattoo doesn't need the white, but I definitely think it adds that punch, it adds that pizzazz. And like I said, usually it'll heal to like maybe a shade later than your skin tone. And even if it heals to just that, like it'll be popping. That little touch will be enough to make it just a little bit brighter than the rest of the skin. So I really like it. But yeah, it looks like I'm finishing up over here, doing the little white, the last of the white on the lower end of this butterfly. So I don't know. I hope I haven't been just like not looking at you guys. I don't know. It's like, and then like, do I call these videos reaction videos? I'm not really like, but I am like watching the video and doing, instead of just a voiceover, I'm like doing a talk through, whatever I want to call it. But yeah, I guess I'll just keep calling them talk throughs, but I'm gonna, and the last video I said reaction on accident, but it's not a reaction, so it's kind of awkward. But yeah, you see me here, the real time is really making this take a little bit longer. I don't know, I hope you like it. I hope it's fun, like satisfying to see the real time. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like, do you prefer more of a real time with the voiceover? We'd have a friggin' lot of videos to get through a whole tattoo. Or like, would you guys prefer breaking things up? Like, this is like just the butterflies of the tattoo or just the white highlights? Do you like that kind of thing? Like a video of just the white highlights, so that way it's like, maybe we could have a white highlights playlist, or I don't know, something like that. Let me know what you think. Real time, just 2 times speed. I think the other videos were closer to like 3 times speed, like to a certain degree. Does it get too fast for you? Definitely let me know in the comments below. And comment down below, let me know what you thought of this video. Let me know what you thought of the tattoo. Would you get a tattoo like that? I think I said that before. It might have been the other video. If you can't tell, I filmed them on the same day. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to comment down below. Like I said it so many times already. Like this video. Don't forget to hit share, subscribe. Check out my Instagram at Chromatic Sauce to see some of my more current work. And then don't forget to check out my website, see my portfolio. And if you want to book with me, you can fill out a booking form or email me or something. Reach out. I'd love to tattoo you. Anyway, I'm so awkward and weird, but I love ya. See you in the next one. Bye.